mean, panel said if Liquid have a good laning stage, maybe they have a chance, but are they going to have that laning stage? What do you think?
It looks all right. I think Bloodseeker is a very good matchup against Darkseer. You have that constant sustain from Blood Rage. You have great damage output. Very easy to last hit, deny, and crush the Darkseer in CS. So I do feel like Liquid should have an okay time with these lanes.
They might have an okay time sniping a courier.
That's a cheeky little play you can always do, but the courier is stuck back at the base.
He has already skilled up Crush, so he's not going to have that extra move speed to help chase it down. Miracle and GH early on. Going to be tag teaming Super here. How does the mid core shaker fare against DP?
I want to say it's okay, but not great. You can't really get in close to get totem hits and harass off, but once you get a few levels with like a rotation from a Slaughter, there's good kill potential. It just requires that support. So we'll see how Miracle can do. He should manage to get some CS all right. Like, Super's not going to be a huge menace in terms of like massive amounts of harass, but it's not going to be a lane where Miracle can dominate like we've seen other Shakers do against Embers.
Yeah, I was just about to bring up that Shaker Ember, but this lane could be hard. In Flame, trapped out. Good body box from GH. Nice combo, and the Salve actually going to save him for now. GH goes deeper. He wants this first blood. He's going to grab it, and Kuro there with the teamwork. Able to tank a few tower shots, ensures GH's retreat. Super, meanwhile, dropping pretty low here mid, so to his Miracle, he did south back up.
That was a great tango from the chasing Slaughter. He manages to prevent the Darkseer juking with a salve by giving vision by chopping down some trees. Really nicely played, and GH getting a first blood. We can see the prowess in this Bloodseeker versus Darkseer matchup already kicking in, and Darkseer can't lane. He's actually got to go jungle. It's so hard.
Already the Slardar is waiting for him. GH has made the rotation to try and find the Darkseer. He's not at the northern jungle. He is tucked quite a bit farther away, so for now should be fine. The one lane that we haven't talked about yet, Gods, is this lane that Monet is in, where I don't know if I've seen a Bristleback have 0 CS at 2 minutes, even without help. Mind Control is not getting much for now.
We see rotations on mid. Miracle very low. Kunkka is in the neighborhood. Maybe looking to swoop on in for this kill. But without a Spirit Siphon, not an easy one to do. I think the bigger claim could be sniping this courier. It's pre-3 minutes. The call should have been made that he's bottle crowing. I would love to see Afu trying to snipe this one on its way back.
They saw GH moving around here just for a moment with his haste. He is trying to sneak in on that Shaker mid. As Super gets baited forward. Afu
barely misses.
Swinging a miss here. The Fissure blocks him on the wrong side, but he has a little avenue to move away. Not far enough, though. Caught out and punished. Afu will go down. Miracle just long enough with the Fissure. Looked like there was a little room for Kunkka to squeak through, but he's had a bit too much rum as of late, and that belly couldn't slide through.
That Kunkka, you know, it's like a risky play to go for. If he gets the kill, it puts Death Prophet in a great position to succeed in this lane, but instead gets turned around on him, and now Aker is looking like he can kind of stabilize this lane. Bottle crowing for a second time now. It's not an easy lane for Shaker, and that's why you've got to go for this bottle crow technique, but
in the meanwhile, Mind Control going in on the bottom lane. He wants this DDC kill. He got slightly juked around the trees. The quills aren't quite enough. He will back away for now, and while that was happening, the Slardar is being pursued, but there's nothing to corral GH. So Liquid, a strong start here in the lanes. They're about even as far as like the CS department goes, but it's the lane pressure ramping up. You can see the Bristleback getting more difficult for the Void dual lane to deal with, and the kills have been coming in.
Yeah, this is where the Void does not beat the Bristle, is kind of this early game laning stage. You don't get completely beaten down. You get your Magic Stick charges. You can always heal up if he stacks too many quills on you, but you can't keep Bristle out of the lane. You love to run these carries against offlane Bristles that can at least threaten to kill him, but Void is not one of them.
Not unless they're going to bring in a third hero and catch him a bit low, but for now, Afu's got his hands full trying to protect this mid lane, and again, that's all because of GH, who's just been all over the place as the Slardar. Already has the Tranquil Boots complete, so off to a great start. And I mean, you mentioned the Darkseer struggles, Gods. They do continue. 21 denies up in that top lane, and he's sent packing back to the base again. Second time he's had to make a trip back to the fountain. Say what you will about the Bristle, but he is staying in the lane, even if he's struggling a bit.
Absolutely. Mid lane being secured by Miracle, finding a regen rune. He's just being disruptive, spamming spells. He's actually out CS the Death Prophet in terms of raw last hits. Denies leaning Super's way, but Miracle 113 is looking pretty scary and potent in this mid lane. Once he hits level 6, you look at that kill potential coming in from any +1 helping him out.
Speaking of +1s, Kunkka is taking over top for now. Looks like Dark2 is going to rejoin him, but Bloodseeker not a potential kill for that duo. So just trying to lend a little support as again Slardar slinks around towards mid. He's going to wrap here on the Death Prophet. No, actually just gets the ward down as Monet is farming bottom in the meanwhile. But this ward could set up nicely. It means they know there's no one protecting the Death Prophet, and you can see GH does want to strike, so we'll catch the tail end of this maneuver. But again, the prep was crucial as a third hero is going to rotate top in the meanwhile. Can they find an opening here? Bloodseeker's down to about half HP already as the fight breaks out. Kuroki on the run. Torrent having a fish. It will connect to Matumba, but do they have the follow-up? They're going to X him back. Ion shells connect, and Matumba Man now tries to scurry back to freedom. He's not going to make it. While that was happening, though, Death Prophet went down mid, and Kuroki salvages things top. A 2-for-1 around the map. A Bloodseeker traded for a Death Prophet Kunkka. Not a great trade for LFY again.
And the tier 1 mid's actually taking damage after Liquid get that kill. That is well worth it for them. That's the level 6 on Shaker I mentioned. He gets level 6, any +1, you can find kills on the Death Prophet. Slardar rotates in, provides an extra stun. They find the kill. This tower is down to like 400 health already.
I thought Death Prophet was the pushing hero, but apparently Miracle getting things done with the Enchant Totem. His bottom lane mind control tries to play with the trees here. His salves quickly cancel. Monet cages the beast and brings him down, getting him closer and closer to that chrono. And as we've seen throughout this tournament, Gods, you know, it's, yeah, LFY have this great late game team fight, but the Voids carrying early teleport scrolls can turn the tides on the mid lane. Something Liquid will have to respect as Miracle does get caught out here. Spirit Siphon coming through from behind. Potentially the Slardar rotation can help, but already super. Early commitment there on the ultimate will find the kill. DDC not able to fully cage GH, but still a nice kill there on the Core Shaker.
Got a little greedy. He wanted to make sure they didn't deny the tower, so he ran in. They don't get the tower denied. The siege creep did get the last hit, so there is a bit of a gold exchange. That's, I think, all right for Liquid there. But ultimately,
they just got 2 core kills. They're pretty happy with your LFY.
Yeah, you're pretty happy. Don't like seeing your tier 1 tower go down. It wasn't Exorcism committed, so it's not like all sunshine and roses for them just yet, but they've got to find a way to use some of these ultis once they get like the Void level 6. They need to get their team active, moving, and pressing forward. But they're kind of underleveled. Like Darkseid just level 5 isn't doing as well as the Bristleback, who's level 6. And across the board, Liquid's heroes are just doing better. The CM Aura just really enables them so much more to just harass lanes and win their lanes and pressure LFY.
Well, Chrono is ready. As Monet. See what the item progression ends up being. He's showing the Lincoln Sphere build. We only saw this attempted once by Matumba Man on his Void, and I think it was their series yesterday, and he actually never ended up completing the item because they fell so far behind. Used to be Shadow's favorite build for Wings, but against the Bloodseeker, it's an interesting choice.
Yeah, I mean, Bloodseeker has a very easy way to pop it with the Blood Rage, but at the same time, you may go into a fight, just try accidentally. Maybe it does block something like a Rupture, can be very nice.
Oh, Fissure clips DDC, and now Krogi following this up, but a good static field, or excuse me, Thunderdome is going to hold them back for now. Miracle getting caught by the X. They follow this up with the Spirit Siphon. They don't have the Exorcism, though. The Void could be coming in momentarily. Indeed, it looks like he is. He jumps on the Miracle, still holding on to the Chronosphere. Miracle tries to turn. Enchant Totem, decent damage, but now the bubble on 3. Beautiful catch by Monet, making artwork of this beatdown on Liquid as they try for the turn. Matumba joins the fight. TP out attempted. Is there a way to cancel it? Do they have the damage? Not quite. X is there in the meanwhile, dragging GH back, but he gets the crush. And Afu now on the run. His turn to teleport. Where's your stuns, Liquid? They don't need them. They have the damage. They get the kill anyway. Beautiful catch there with the Chrono, but they lack the follow-up without the Exorcism and without the levels on the supports.
Yeah, that's such a great fight for them if they have Exorcism up and they're able to use it. They still do it okay, get a 2-for-1 trade, but ultimately Liquid have to invest a lot of heroes rotating in, and they do lose their mid, so a mid for supports is actually not all too bad for LFY.
They just need these support levels, it feels like. Once they have them, the damage is,
Yeah.
It's always going to be there. You know, unless they've used every single ult, you'll have something to combo with that Chrono.
And they're kind of at this point where Darkseid can't really come and help. He's just trying to catch up a bit on farm and levels at top lane, whereas Bristle was actually able to try and rotate in and offer something. But
I like this play by LFY, guys. If they get a kill here, this is a tower down with the Exorcism, and an important tower for Roche as well.
This is always a great move. When you see that support take over the safe lane, normally you see it out of 4 positions who need a Blink Dagger like a Slada. Rotate 2-3 heroes, gank them, easy kill, you slow down the blink, and then you can turn it into an objective. If they make this work, it's going to be very much to LFY's advantage.
GH sussing it out, though, as he lurks in the trees.
Miracle's got a haste rune, and he's nearby, though.
A wand fight here could be huge for Miracles. He'll be very close to his Blink Dagger at that point. Haste, and he revs up. He's looking for the Kunkka pickoff. In the meanwhile, it looks like Afu does get caught, but a good X is going to drag Miracle back. All the while, GH runs away from Super. Will end up likely going down to the Crypt Swarm, even diving into the tower with Sprint. Super wants to finish the kill. He will successfully do so. Miracle limps away, and all the while, they are chasing bottom. They got that Kunkka kill in the end. Good pick off by Miracle there, and now hunting for DDC. Squirms out of the Blood Right in the end, but Kuroki still waiting to pounce now. DDC did not run back to the tower. That may well cost him with the Frostbite coming through. Do they have any follow-up damage? He's close to the Static Storm, the Torch there. Afu to the rescue. And backup's coming in now. The Blood Right dropped in a good position, but Tumbaman, however, got X from outside of it. And now, without even the Blood can't save the Seeker, he'll go down. Afu, no X cooldown for some time. Oh, the Torrent, it's fishing though. Great catch there by Afu. He wants the Kuro kill too, and he might just get it. Squirming to the high ground, but getting hit by the Thunderstrike. The vision provided, and now Kuro glimpses back in. He too will fall. All of this long before the blink. Shaker close now, only about 400 gold short, but doesn't have it yet.
There was some serious plays coming out from DDC. Not often you see 5-position supports make flashy moves, but I feel like that's as close as it gets. He baited all those heroes in, had the TP support. He even held onto his Glyphs for the longest time, knowing that he would need it to either cancel TPs or to chase for extra pickoff. So perfectly played from the Disruptor. Gets LFY a couple kills, but you can see in the net worth, it's still very much Dire favored early game. 2.6k gold lead. All off of just winning their lanes, even though the kills don't favor them.
This is such a big time to kill Miracle if they can pull it off. They've got the Static Storm. Oh, he's so close to the Blink. He doesn't have it yet. Trapped within the Static Storm. He drops low, and indeed he will almost fall. They need to stay committed to this kill. He turns around with the Enchant Totem. He won't make it out, so they get the Miracle kill, and they get it in time before the Blink Dagger's ready. Still 300 gold away after that death. That's a crucial kill. Again,
DDC so experienced on this Disruptor. He just waits to make sure they need the Glimpse. He's not going to use it early on. He makes sure if they can't get the kill, he throws it. If they need it, he uses it the last possible second. And a big kill to slow down this Blink Dagger of Miracle's Shaker. Liquid still pressing forward, though.
I mean, the thing with LFY gods, you know, the panel talked a lot about, oh my god, their team fight is ridiculous, and it certainly is. We might see a gank here in the Darkseer mid. Tries to make it out. He will. But they can get kills without all those ultimates. Like, you don't have to commit 5 ults to find a pickoff. You can drop, you know, maybe a Static Storm, an X-Torm. Boat is a low cooldown. They can do a lot of damage just chasing heroes with Tauren and X and Surge. So it's not like they have to drop 5 ults to win a fight. And speaking of which, another single ult committed. GH quickly deleted.
Yeah.
Still plenty ready for the next round of push with the Chrono online. The Static Storm cooling down pretty soon. 10 seconds for that. They won't have the Exorcism, but they've got plenty of tools in reserve.
That's actually, yeah, such a perfect way to play the early to mid game that you're talking about. Just throwing 1 or 2 ultis for a solo kill. When it's a core hero, a full position, that's how you want to play the early game. You don't expect to find big 5v5 teamfight wombo combos before 30 minutes. Maybe 20 to 30 minutes you might find one, but this pre-20-minute stage, ultis for 1 heroes, ultis for a tower is exactly what you want to see. From Death Prophet Exorcism, taking the top tier 1 tower, Kunkka Ghost Ship taking a kill at mid. They're just using ultis for solo kills, and that's helping catch them back up after a rough laning stage.
Well, Liquid want to make a play with this new shiny Blink Dagger of Miracles. They're going to rotate towards the mid lane. Mind Control takes a free tower as a result. But LFY for now seem to be aware that something ain't right. They've backed up very far. Matumbaman and GH out in front. The Vanguard bringing up 3rd position in this gank is Miracle. He'll send an Illusion marching out into the lane. The Illusion does not have his Blink Dagger, by the way. I believe he dropped it before committing the rune, so just Little plays for Miracle to be as sneaky as possible. But, I mean, at this point, LFY almost certainly suspect this item is ready anyway.
Yeah, they should be on the eye for it, but the Observer Ward close to that Tier 2 Radiant Tower could provide some good vision for Liquid to play around, but maybe a Darkseer headed by himself to the bottom lane could be a target they want to go on.
He does have the raindrops. They'll need to commit a decent amount to kill him off. And at this tower, maybe you get the Darkseer and then get caught by the big combo, so you gotta be cautious about how you dive.
Teamfight is not something that will end all too well for Liquid at this point if they're not getting a good clean jump, killing one hero right off the bat, and then ideally setting things up for a second pick. If ultis start flying from LFY, you're not going to match up well. They don't need items, they just need levels, and they've got those levels. Supports both level 6, level 8 on Disruptor.
You can feel the pressure, though, that Liquid are under right now. They need to make something happen. Just 2 smokes committed. One netted them a tower, but this Tier 2 is almost certain to be defended. So if they don't get that opening kill, they fight headlong into the combo.
Oh, Miracle pops the smoke.
But the ward as well as the positioning by Miracle is right. They know someone's around the trees. They don't want to go for it. Still, they muster the defense. And actually, Liquid trying to go in on this. They have to be careful about how they approach. Who gets the jump? Miracle wants it. He's thinking about it. Mind Control out in front. Static Storm dropped. It's a complete whiff by DDC, though it is a bit of a zoning ultimate now, trapping Mind Control apart from his team. Now the the Ghost come out from Super, and he jumps onto Mind Control. Where's the backup? There's the Chrono. He found 4, but they need the follow-up too. No Kunkka Boat, no Static Storm. It's just the Ghost to do the work. Miracle has Echo. He hangs onto it, dropping low, not going to get it off. And Matumba Man, almost dead, stays alive. Monet needs one more hit. He can't get it yet, but Kuro falls 5 down, and only the Bloodseeker to scurry back. I mean, not even really the big combo gods. LFY don't have to hit that 5-man Chrono, Boat, Static Storm. It's like just hit 1 or 2 of your spells and you take the fight.
You'll take the 4-man Chrono. That was something. 4-man Chrono. The Crypt Swarm also came out catching 4. It was a beautiful play from Monet on the Faceless Void. Static Storm being wasted, as you said. Doesn't matter if you don't get every ultimate, as long as you get a couple of them, and boy, were Liquid grouped up for that one.
I mean, was it even really wasted? It did zone Liquid back. Like they couldn't protect the Bristleback.
They wanted to jump the Darkseer. When they throw that Rupture to start off, whoever gets Ruptured, they ideally want to be jumping and bursting down, but they weren't able to protect the Bristle or finish off Darkseer, and the end result is fantastic as LFY win a big fight, getting them up, doubling Liquid's kills, although they aren't ahead in gold right now. It doesn't really feel like that's a problem for them. They just have to wait for their ultis to come back up, take another team fight, force an objective, and Liquid don't have the best tools to take those.
Generally, when you see the big team fight ults on cooldown, that is where the team that lacks the advantage in the 5v5 looks to pressure. Can Liquid be doing that right now? Is there a move they can make around the map? They'll try port bottom. They find DDC, and Enchant Totem will quickly kill off the Raptor. So a nice pick there by Liquid, and it feels like they're going to need more of that.
Something I think Liquid are looking at this game, like their team fight's so insane, we have to farm a lot of items to hold our own. So even though those ultis on cooldown, they're much more inclined to farm up their pipe on Bristle, farm up like their Slugger's Blink Dagger, get some more items on Bloodseeker. Like they're actually just going to be playing keep away. When your opponents have their ultis down, you also know like you're a bit safe to split up and farm. You don't have to play grouped up as much.
Let's have another look at Monet farming.
Damn, that was a hype replay.
Oh yeah. That was how ugly the fight was. For they can't even show it again. And not fit for family entertainment.
This Lincoln's coming up. Not amazing game for the Lincolns by any means, but it's just like a stat item that gives you a bit of sustain so you can farm more. Might block like a Frostbite or something, which could be very useful since it is maxed out Frostbite.
Sneaky, sneaky from LFY. Looks like they want to make something happen. Mind Control could be walking into their clutches any moment. He shows himself mid. They started off with an X, and now the setup can begin. Now the boat crashes through. Monet's in position to drop the Chrono, and he looks for heroes behind enemy lines. He baits out GH's stun. They don't commit the big team fight combo. They hold the Chrono. They did drop the Exorcism. It got some damage on the tower. Kind of feels like they need to get more out of this. Liquid are pushing forward, thrusting into position, but I think they're liable to wait for this ult to end before they really go in.
was not the ideal way to use that exorcism. The follow-up damage wasn't there. They weren't willing to commit it. They could theoretically chrono the Bristle and try and bring him down. But the problem is, even if that works, you put yourselves in a position where you've just used maybe a couple too many ultis.
Beware the totem. They've seen Miracle. He pounces like that, but he does get silenced. He's not able to follow up and combo Afu down. Now the Chrono Torrent's there. They need more damage. Super doesn't have the Ghost to assist him. Is it going to be enough? From behind comes the wall. Karate chops, not enough to finish off Matumba Man. The Crystal Maiden all doing what it can.
Gets the time
hanging on for now, but the AoE damage from LFY. Can they finish the job with Ion Shells? Not quite able to do it. The Blood Red forces them back. 3 have fallen for LFY. My Kingdom for a Death Prophet ult has to be the call. They all would have fallen for sure. Either that or a boat. They had neither there, and Liquid outmaneuver LFY in a critical team fight.
Such a great punish, using that exorcism mid and wasting it for no tower, no kills. Liquid immediately looked to force things around the Roshan pit. Miracle's Invis Rune, enabling a good position. Even if the Radiant Sentry was there, he still managed to get a good initiation off, and the end result was fantastic for Liquid.
And now straight towards the pit, but LFY want to fight this. Monet does have his Lincoln Sphere. Afu moves in, jumping forward, trying to get to work here with the boat crashing through. Matumba Man's low, the Roche not dead yet. They've got to get this Aegis secured. Monet lunges in, but Mind Control grabs it. He might end up dropping. Monet's pretty healthy in the pit. He stands. The back. The bash comes through. They need more damage. Everyone on Liquid shreds of HP, but they continue to fight. They churn their way forward, crushing through. Monet's gonna drop. Beautiful chain stun. Beautiful team play. LFY are reeling now.
That is just a chain feed coming out from LFY. Nothing really much else to call it. They're just running in one by one. They recognize the dire situation they're in. Like, this Roche is important. We're meant to have the better team fight. Let's go. But they're going one by one. They're not using their ultimates. They're not playing as a team, LD. And that is not the LFY we saw dominate the group stage. And thanks to Liquid's disruptive play, the chaos of the Bristleback, the Bloodseeker, and this Core Shaker, LFY not looking good.
Kuro in a bit far here. Perhaps will be a bait though as this Prapis sprung. Static Storm from behind. DDC turns things around a Miracle. Now the Spirit Siphon combined with the Yules, but Super's low and Super's dead. Completely brought down. Matumba made a Miracle combining for the burst. Now Monet comes in. Needs the bash of Miracle. Needs the control. The fissure again. Miracle hanging on. He's got the mana for an echo, but time walking forward. It's not going to happen. Even if he echoed, wouldn't be a kill. So they do lose their prized Shaker. Did cost them a Death Prophet. Trading from this disadvantage may be worth it, but with the buyback there on the DP gods, they need more. The tower gets pinged mid, and that will be the objective. Without a Shaker buyback, unlikely Liquid will hold this.
Yeah, they want maybe even multiple towers with the Exorcism up. Problem is, Mind Control's Aegis enables him to just run in front line. He's very hard to kill once, so you're not killing him twice.
I mean, Aegis is the counter to the massive team fight, right?
They got to back off. They can't even take a T1 tower with a dead Earthshaker because Bristol's got this Aegis.
And they don't know he doesn't have buyback either. Like, if they commit to that and then Miracle buys back, could be all she wrote for this push. So they'll play it safe. They'll collect themselves and slow things down. LFY have definitely had a bad couple of fights here, gods. Down 7k gold, 23 minutes in. We talked about their big team fight. On paper, it's great late game. Can they just relax here? Can they just slow the pace of the game down? As I say that, Liquid are not interested in giving them that kind of opportunity.
Yep.
Bam!
They'd like to slow it down, but as he said, Liquid are going to just keep jumping them. They're going to look to face rush, play around the Aegis, play around their gold lead, knowing they're going to be looking around like, damn, we're really scary and tanky right now. How are they meant to fight us? Our Bristle's huge. So they're just going to keep running at LFY and bursting down this Death Prophet. This Death Prophet is looking like paper right now.
The Blood Rage and Chant Totems are going to be brutal as this game goes along. That's a great way to counter Death Prophet.
That's just a dieback LD.
Just instantly burst. They're out for 30. They have the rest of the combo. Can they fight without the Exorcism? Certainly they don't want it to go just a Mind Control.
See Kuro, these two heroes missing. Vacuum, Chrono, watch out. Do not group up. That is what Kuro is telling his team. This is how we lose.
They're showing the
fight.
Void. The Void was just pushing top. For now, the Torrent committed, and Miracle jumps in. He is slightly out of position now. He's got to get forced step back down to the road ground. DDC can reel him back in, but the Blood Right is there to try and protect him. Static Storm committed, and the bubble's in place. They need the damage. Locking Miracle in position. Boat comes through. Vacuum as well. Death Prophet not there. Will they have the firepower? The fight rages on him. Monet has to walk it off. Backs away to safety. Mind control low. Finally supers into the fray. Chasing out the pesky Bristle. Can they finish the job? Kuro with the TP. Canceled by the glimpse. The Yules is going to hold that Porcupine in position. A Torrent crashes through and down he goes. They killed him once. Can they kill him again? They've got the Exorcism ready. GH looking to salvage this fight. They commit the Exorcism. They lock him down. Tough to TP when you've got a Void on the case, but beware the Blood Right. They force them back. Nice play there by Matumba, assisting the Bristle on the way out. Meanwhile, the fight's gotten scattered as Inflame was hunting GH. He'll make it back too.
They just can't find a good Exorcism, LD.
So many ults used there, but
they hold the high ground, but that Exorcism, again, we're just seeing it being used like, oh, I'm going to use it on the Bristle, and then he immediately realizes after he pops it, oh wait, I can't kill this Bristle. A great hold from the high ground coming out of the Void mostly, but again, we don't see Super really using his hero to its full potential.
Oh, Blink Dagger on the Faceless Void. They might have a lot of other setup for this Chrono, but he wants to ensure he can start the fights. The problem is GH had that Invis, and now Enchant Totem looking to follow up this Fissure. Miracle, though, trapped in the trees. It doesn't seem to matter. The Torrent's too late, and down goes the DP. Again, no buyback. Again, out for 50, though. Truth be told, how much would it matter? With no Exorcism, could be trouble. Rupture, Fissure, Crush, Connection. They want more. They've gotten Inflame. It's all coming apart at the seams for LFY. Boat comes in. Monet doing what he can. He's been the stalwart frontliner, and LFY need him to come up all aces now. Static Storm ready. Boat a low cooldown, that's to be sure. 40 seconds and counting till that's ready. DP up in 18.
They just want this tower, I want to say.
Yep. With the Enchant Totem, they'll get it rather quickly. The Torrent connects again. Threatening for the combo, but Liquid are not buying that bluff. They will finally knock it down.
DDC looking for a glimpse. Not going to find it, though. They can take these shrines as a team if they'd like, although maybe a little bit risky with some of these respawns, but they know Exorcism not up quite yet.
Liquid playing this one very well down the stretch, making the right calls, taking risks when they need to, not letting LFY play their 5-man game, but maybe that changes
now.
now.
They know their smoke. They just put a ward on right on by their sentry.
Miracle.
Liquid.
It was Miracle again. Second time he's broken the smoke and gotten out safe. It's been devastating that LFY can't seem to find a clean pick, and now Liquid are looking for the reply. Mind control out in front. From the low ground, he walks, but LFY also dodging away. They did get to deward that hill, so some semblance of vision for them as they want to hold on to this tier 2 top. They're still going to march out.
Need to find a way to get their team fight rolling, get everything working together.
Well, this is one way. Just 5-man everywhere. Liquid are looking for the punish. They do have the blink on the Darkseer as well. So it's a blink Darkseer, a blink Void. I mean, all the combination potential in the world. You've got the Vac into Static Storm, the Boat to follow up, the Chrono can begin the fights with his Blink Dagger as well. Like any order of operations, if executed properly by LFY, sounds great on paper. Problem is, Liquid keep on getting the jump. And there's certain heroes that you don't really want to drop that combo on. The Bloodseeker being one, and I think especially the Bristlebag being the other.
Bristle's super tanky. Shaker is also surprisingly hard to kill. That level 10 strength talent, the treads, the 4-staff. He's very elusive, hard to kill, and 2.1k HP. There's quite a bit to go through. That's something the draft maybe doesn't have a whole lot of, is just single target burst damage. Echo, super, goodbye, good night.
Meet the totem. Not to Super's liking. Miracle taking pages out of the Book of Sumail and
he's trapped.
Studying them closely as Monet finds himself in the trees. The Blood Right comes through. Great 4-step, bringing him back to safer ground. DDC with the savvy plays, but has this put the rest of the team into harm's way? Boat comes in, connects on GH. They're going to take down the Slardar nice and early. Time walking back towards safer ground. The chase is in for mind control, and the death of Afu means trouble for LFY. Down too early. They've only taken down the Slardar in return. DDC trying to retreat, but Miracle again. The totems just wrecking LFY. Half your health gone. in an instant. Towers next. Liquid are surging. It might be back and forth in gold or in, trades on paper, but map control is just all Liquids right now.
That is concerning. I'm not sure even why they just glyph there as well. A Radiant glyph wasted? That is almost a play coming from tilt from LFY, dare I say it. Wasted glyphs, wasted exorcisms, everyone just making small little mistakes here. The pressure of the main stage perhaps getting to this young team, some inexperience in a few of their players, if some veterans elsewhere, but as a team they have not been playing together for all too long, and they are not showing the same composure as this Liquid squad.
Still, their high ground is pretty terrifying, so Liquid respect it. They're gonna play it patiently. Looks like wait for the next Roche.
Wait for some BKBs. Try and teamfight us when we've got BKB on Bristle and Earthshaker, says Liquid.
The damage through that is pretty minimal. It's the Exorcism and it's the Void right clicks, and a decent chunk of those are magic damage at that, so tough to take the fight.
And you're not scared of the Exorcism when you can blow up Super in like 2 seconds.
I mean, let's be honest, you're not scared of the Exorcism, period, right now. Super has been underwhelming at best with this Death Prophet so far.
7 deaths. He's been in 16 of the 20 kills. A lot of kill involvement from him, very active, but you don't really want to be dying this much on a Death Prophet, and you don't want to be behind on farm. Number 6 on net worth. This is a hero that when you're under farm, you can't really effectively teamfight, because being under farm means you're very squishy. You need to stay alive as a Death Prophet to dish out exorcism damage, and that's something Super is going to struggle to do.
Liquid looking for the Roche now, and LFY just giving it up freely. It's all about the high ground for LFY gods. They've got some wards outside the base. Maybe we see them try for one of those smokes, but by and large, their smoke plays have just been easily anticipated by Liquid, sniffed out, and completely shut down.
LFY charging forward. Do have a Radiant ward here. They'd love to catch Miracle,
but there's a dire ward seeing this movement.
Yeah. You see him for a second, then he's gone. The Arcane Rune giving him those low cooldowns on his Blink Shadow Blade escape spells, and well, Liquid draw lines. Let's just push out all 3 lanes. Let's not just grab the Aegis Chase and just all in down 1 lane, but why not at least get all 3 lanes in a decent position, take this last shrine. Very methodical play coming out from Liquid. The Captain Kuro outlining a recipe for success. Seeing a clear win condition and a safe way to play this game out, to punish LFY, starve them, keep them in their base, and you may have this crazy team fight, but it's an 18,000 gold lead, and if you don't leave your base, that 18,000 gold lead will quickly turn into a 25,000, a 30,000 gold lead. We saw it in the EG Secret Jar Ranger game.
Flame, not again. GH there, looking for the punish. Enchant Totem, not quite connecting for the Aftershock stun. Brings him down to half. Blood right, just clipping him somehow. Looked like he was barely outside the range, but not the case. Matumbo will get him.
Oh boy. That is not what you want to see. Your core heroes getting picked off outside the map. That's where things for Liquid continue to look better and better. The Bristle in the bottom lane going to push a tier 2 tower. SMY, Vanguard Hood, and AC queued up, playing more of the carry style of Bristleback, recognizing they need someone to help hit high ground buildings. And also, everything is going very well for the Liquid side. No need to get too many defensive items.
Well, thank you very much. I'll take that. Miracle says now hitting for about 700 plus an attack with that Enchant Totem, and that is before the BKB, not taking into account the minus armor that Mr. Slardar brings to the table. So Liquid get the siege started. They're going to leave Mind Control in front. Lotus Orb covering him as he whacks away at the tower. Already down to half HP. Monet finds a timely bash. The X comes through as well. Blood right though zones nicely to counter this, and Mind Control keeps the push going. He goos up Monet. Dilation going to be a nuisance for sure.
They've got the Lotus Orb though.
Yeah. Interesting pickup from the Bloodseeker.
That's something that can at least help counter it to some extent, and I love the decision. Give the Aegis to your hero that's hitting the high ground. You don't want Shaker in the front hitting buildings. Bristle's actually the best hero to do that, so they give Mind Control the Aegis, and he can just keep chipping away at this tier 3 tower, and bit by bit, LFY going to be losing this one.
Slow but steady. As the Rupture commit, Liquid don't want to start the fight just yet, but they hold Inflame in position for now. From the side comes Monet. He looks for the Chrono. Ooh, could have been disastrous. He holds on to it though. Does he get caught on the retreat? Looks like he'll reset, but this is all buying time for that Bristleback, who has been single-minded in his focus. Torrent, nice timing there on the Glimmer Cape. And Liquid still patient as they look to close out LFY. That first lane of racks still awaiting them, but now 2 lanes exposed.
Still a minute and a half on this Aegis.
And they're doing this right before the Assault Cuirass, so it could be a lot worse for LFY if he had it.
I mean, even if it was level 20, he'd be hitting with that 50 extra attack speed would be insane too, but AC coming out in the courier.
And Mind Control is going for melee.
Miracle's looking for a pick in mid, but not going to find it.
I think may have gotten clipped by an X there. No, I guess not. He'll make it back. Mind Control.
He's going for the melee racks.
Still going for it. Somebody's got to engage on this Bristleback. He's out of mana, which means it's even harder for Monet to kill him off. And while LFY are hesitating, Liquid are making decisive moves. The glimpse back on that Slardar brings him to a safer low ground, and now the blink back. Where's the combo? The only Matumba man caught within the Chrono, and he's BKB'd at that. So tanky, so difficult to bring down. All the while the Exorcism goes out, the boat crashes, and it's a discombobulated team fight from LFY. They're getting nothing done.
They get the Bristle. He's going to get the racks, LD.
I mean, even if they kill him, it doesn't matter at that. Finally, Mind Control being hit by the Exorcism Spirit Siphon too, but Miracle drops the hammer, or should I say the totem, and down goes Super 2. 3 have fallen, all ults expended. LFY now on the ropes as Liquid fight forward. They want this shot at EG in the grand finals, and they can smell it. They can taste it. They can feel it in their bones. They're so close. Fissure crashes in again. They stay in LFY's base. They look to make it their own. Matumba chewing away on Super. Static Storm there. But where's the damage? Where is the damage for LFY? They just don't seem to have it yet.
They're slowly
Mind
doing
Control continuing to chase forward. Chewing through Afu. About to make him go out Chew, and down he goes. He will get killed off. A little bit overextended. Have Liquid overplayed their hand? It seems they may have. Now Mind Control's on the run. Finally 4 have fallen. Bristle going the wrong way. That's not your fountain, Mind Control. That's not your base, my friend. LFY serve up a reminder. This game ain't entirely over yet. A full team wipe, but they did lose the racks.
4 buybacks used.
They got 500
LD.
gold out of that fight. 500 gold.
I'm not...
Come back. Come back any minute.
Not so sure about that one.
Well,
Mr.
it's either
Goldman.
that or you just GG, right?
Yeah, you stay in this game. You know, you're kind of... You've stabilized a little bit in terms of like where you're at. You've maintained, you're plateauing the gold lead right now. It's been at 22, 23K for a while now. You don't lose the game, but you've chewed through 4 buybacks. Death Prophet remains dirt poor. The Chronosphere just wasn't delivered from Monet. He had some great ones early in the game. That one was just not to be. And you've got to start worrying if you're LFY about where is that big team fight synergy that they showed so many times, time and time again throughout the group stage. Even in game 1 they were showcasing it, but this game it has not been there. Key levels being picked up. Bloodseeker, level 20, gets the extra rupture damage. Bristleback, level 21, now has his attack speed bonus. It is going to be even more difficult to take these next couple of fights.
If Liquid want to slow roll this, they can potentially just wait for that Aegis at the same time. Knowing that 4 buybacks have been used, any kill here is a potential GG push with the mid lane already exposed. So Matumba Man will show himself mid. He's got the BKB, but Monet's got the jump. This time the Chrono preempts the BKB. They need the burst damage to bring him down. GH cuts them off from behind, but the Static Storm's there. Matumba low, he scurries back. Monet still diving for him, and Miracle came in. He did grab the Disruptor, though. It was after the Static Storm got committed, so not the biggest loss in the world, as Mind Control takes the Spirit Siphon and the bashes to the rear again and again, bashing and controlling. Still staying in this fight. LGD, not long enough. Nothing left in the tank with 4 diebacks.